Gonna tie this Flatscraft Mutineer crab for y'all today. Had some people ask about it, and it's kind of my own little version with yarn. First things first, thread base. Nice thread base here. It's not a whole lot of tying involved, but there is a little bit. No reason to mess it up. And then on this one, you can do any kind of body you want, flexo or whatever. I've cut this yarn into little 1-inch doubles basically. And keep them tight. Spin it, and with that weight of that thread, kind of put it in the middle and lock it in where you want. And a little crisscross. Pretty locked in, and we'll add some glue later. I'm going to tie in one more of these doubles. Same deal. And then kind of a little V crisscross just once or twice, depending on how it feels when you've locked it in. You can always add another wrap. Try to keep these guys from intermingling too much. If that happens, you can always come and re-separate them. Not a big deal even if they do mix in. Of course, when you do a video, one wants to mess with you, but yeah, it's pretty easy to clean up. Just come in there and pull it, and then pull these guys back and lock that guy in. And now I got kind of half the body built. I'm gonna take the Flatscraft Mutineer, and I've colored it with a tan Sharpie, blue neon, and a red. You can do whatever you want. This is kind of that standard go-to permit crab, and I'm going to kind of trim this tag just a little bit, angled towards the hook, but flip this guy back over. And you just kind of figure out how you want it to be. You don't want the legs to go past the eyes where your knot will tangle it, you know what I mean, when you tie your little loop knot in or whatever. And you want some claw to go up a little bit. This whole thing's going to kind of fold up. Then we take and lock that tag in with a few wraps. And then we'll kind of really lock everything in once we glue it, but I like to get that tag locked in. And then scoot up and kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of crisscross through these legs once or twice to kind of help hold the body in so it doesn't move too much. And then also I kind of orient that claw kind of like it's going to go up the end of the shank a little bit, kind of strong arm style. But you know, play with it. Not too complicated. Yeah, I'm just locking in all that stuff. I don't know how good that's going to show up on camera, so. And even if you do kind of move some stuff while doing this, locking it in, you can kind of shift things back and make it how you want with some UV and some glue and stuff. You're going to definitely come in and correct the orientation of legs and things like that. If you don't do this crab right, it will not swim right. It'll just spin. Almost all these crabs, if you tie them wrong, they will spin. So don't skimp on how you tie them. Just trying to get that to look good where I lock this next thread in. And then we're going to come back in with some more yarn and complete the merkin style body. And again, you can do this with all kinds of, if we were doing flexo, we'd probably already be done if the flexo didn't try to fight back. Sometimes, you know, flexo fights back. Get that through there. And we got kind of getting that merkin style kind of going. One more set of yarn, and we are getting to where we want. Move that thread just a little bit. forward. Do the same thing one more time. Oop, and of course it wants to move too. It's a little, you know, tight quarters, but you get used to kind of moving it with the weight of the bobbin and things like that. Alright, we got these guys kind of all locked in merkin style. You can always kind of come in and shift it and straighten it out, and we can do that once we get done too. Right now when I pull that thread, it's moving everything, so let's get that more locked in. And then come in, a little whip finish, or do your half hitches if you can finger hitch, fancy pants. Another thing I didn't tell you is we took a Ahrex and bent the tip of this hook right here 30 degrees, and you want to do that with any hook you're going to use that makes the crabs ride right. Yeah, now we got the body kind of all looking like a mess, and we come in with some scissors and basically build the shape of the crab body. And you don't want a whole lot of materials and stuff on the crab body. The thicker the crab, the slower it'll drop. And you really want that crab to hit the bottom within 2 seconds roughly, depending on your tide movement and how the permits are cruising. Or maybe you're throwing these at redfish and you got less tide movement and you don't have to worry as much. It just depends. You see, we start one side getting trimmed up. Okay, same thing on this other side. And it's okay to be a little big with your first cut and then come in and kind of fix everything. I've done it a few times, so I kind of know how much I want to cut now. Looking alright right there. Now we got the merkin body kind of cleaned up. Turn around this side and show you. I can clean up more, but looks pretty good. Definitely go a little thinner on this side. It's looking like it don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but it sure does look right, you know. And careful not to cut your crab bodies in half. It'll still fish depending on which one you cut, but you know, let's keep it looking good, fresh, clean. And yeah, from there you're pretty much where you want to be, and now you want to take with different resins, like I have this UV stuff, and orient it, and then we're going to come in and add some putty to it with a scale and weigh the whole thing and get it the exact weight we want for permit. You know, it changes depending on how fast you need to drop and depth and current and things like that, but this one's going to be about 1.44 grams or something like that, because that's the weight of the fly I caught my keys permit on. So we do all that now. And there you have it. Finished thing. Did tungsten putty. I don't know if I can get to focus, but 1.44 grams. Just like a little strong arm crab, a little flea and merkin thing. Redfish, permit, crab eaters, beware. You see how it all goes up? Not flat. Helps it swim down. Bring it down. Good luck out there, guys. Tie some crabs up. Flats Craft Mutineer. Get some fish.